All right, let me
Man.
open up
Yeah.
Facebook too, just so I could, once
Yeah,
you do this,
yeah,
I
open it
could,
up
I
because
could
we're
share.
live now. So you open it up.
Oh, okay, excellent,
Do your
excellent. We're
thing
there.
as we
We
let
are
people come
there.
on.
Okay, okay.
It's weird because I got to get used to, I don't have the big wig or big hair anymore. So now I have to kind of like readjust, like the headphones.
Yep, yep.
This
Hey,
low cut.
I love the look, and that's so funny too because I was talking to my girl today. I was like, I don't know
Hmm.
how people use the Apple or earbuds. I'm like, that
Right.
looks so uncomfortable, man.
It
I
does,
can't be
right?
walking around like nah.
Well, it's
And then
because you're a musician too. So you're used to having actual, headphones like the ones we're
yeah,
wearing.
I
It's
want to hear the
different.
bass. Yeah, I
You
want to
gotta
hear
hear it.
all
You
of
want to hear all of
that.
it.
All of that. And I was like, for $40, like, my
Yeah.
headphones break. I might go get some skull candies for like nine ninety
Right.
nine at 7-Eleven, but $40 for Apple iBud. I don't know
Yeah.
about all that. Okay, here we go. I'm up. I'm sorry. I'm a little
Yeah.
technology slow too,
No, it's
man.
okay. That's what happens when you get up in age and stuff.
Girl, you ain't lying.
No, I'm still young. I'm talking about you.
I want to keep
Uh,
saying I'm still young, but when I wake
no,
up,
I mean you really are as young as you feel and as you carry yourself. I'm a
I,
strong believer.
I, I definitely agree with that. Believe it too.
Yeah.
Age is
'Cause
definitely a
I know some
mindset.
people are, they don't themselves or whatever, is going on in their life. And you just gotta, just keep your sanity up, keep your body going mentally, all those things combined.
Absolutely.
It's important.
It's always a one foot in front of the other kind of
Right,
deal. Regardless how positive you want to be, you still got to
right.
do the work to put it
You
in.
still got
You still got to get
to.
through Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be sure do. Oh man. So I'm
All
feeling
right.
really blessed. I know we have some people coming on. I just want to remind people, as you come on, just comment or send a little wave so that me and Sax Man can see you guys and we can give you guys a shout out. You can share questions. We'll be able to answer. Somehow I'll trust that Sax Man be able to answer better than I could. Any questions or any advice or tips. But I'm gonna see if I can tag you as well in the posts and
Okay.
stuff and in the live video I should say from here.
Yeah, this
But
is okay. I
you're
see you
able to
just shared
share it and
from
stuff too.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna share what you share and hope that works. Cause
Yeah, you can definitely share it from your
okay.
page and stuff. But I just want to introduce the show as well. This is my live on the Q podcast. It is the streaming platform for my media production company on the Q Productions that you're aware of, Rashon. And
Uh-huh.
pretty much we like to promote living a healthy lifestyle, and that's the gist of the podcast. All the guests that I have come on, they're all about living a healthy lifestyle, advocates for living a healthy lifestyle, um, personal health, wellness, and fitness. Those are my three main things that I like to speak on, and that encompasses so many different things. And I'm really big into like mental health, especially within the Black and urban community. So I just want to introduce you, my longtime friend. Now it's been, like you said, years since we've actually seen each other in person. It doesn't feel like that though. It feels
It
like
really doesn't.
like a
It
year or
doesn't.
something like that. It doesn't feel like it's been like maybe 4 years or something like that, Rashawn. But again, I
Uh-huh.
just want to introduce you, Mr. Rashon Sharp, aka Sax Man. Even though he plays more than the sax, you're like a little prince of the 2020 generation.
Yeah, little jack of all musical trades is
Right,
what
jack of
I
all
kind of
musical trades.
do.
But again, as you guys come on, like I said, you can leave comments. Just like I said, leave a wave, talk to us. The two of us, we love talking and interacting with people. That's why we're on here so that we can share our knowledge and learn from, from you guys as well. Since I've been doing these shows, I've been learning from people coming on, the viewers watching and commenting, sharing their own advice and, things that I didn't learn. So I'm always learning. So I'm definitely knowing that I'm going to learn from tonight's show. So would you like to just briefly, Rashon, I don't know if I should go say Rashon or Sax Man, whichever you want. But
Anybody can call me anything. I might answer to
anything,
whatever.
yeah, I know you would. So would you just like to briefly just introduce yourself to the audience, the Live on the Q audience?
Yeah, absolutely. First, giving honor to God being here every day. To my friend Q as well. She's a very talented personality and smart lady. Um, no, I'm from New Jersey, North Brunswick. Um, Sax Man is my alter ego, but I like she said, I play a lot of music. I do a lot of instruments, like maybe 15 instruments or so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I grew up, not to get crazy into the backstory. I grew up in a Christian home,
Mm-hmm.
Pentecostal home. So my daddy was a pastor and all that good stuff. And you guys, take from that what you will. But I've been getting a lot into speaking engagements and into advising people spiritually, on just, maybe what can I do to kind of take the stress off or hold the depression back today or anything like that. I just try to be a real good person, try to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing special. It's not like a, crazy job title or anything like that. It's just really, really the way I look at it is just being the friend that I would want someone to be to me, and just try to apply that to everybody I meet. And it's worked wonders, from the music side, from the relationship side, the personal side, the health side, the mental health side. I go through sickle cell, so before I moved down to North Carolina maybe about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, since I met you, Q, I was in the hospital, once a month, twice a month, like every other month, and just the mental health state just wasn't, speak a lot of positivity and not a lot of stuff was working out
Mm-hmm.
in the real realm. And I'm a bit advocate of the process of just going through processes and taking things day by day and things like that. And it's really brought me a lifetime of blessings I can't really count. I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to be able to share
Right.
whatever we can and help or direct someone in the right direction.
Yes.
They need that, or just just put out little resource pins just in case somebody runs into it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Feel blessed.
Yeah, we're definitely some blessed folk. I've had my share of medical situations, things that you just have to overcome. We've all been given things. And I feel like God only gives you what you can handle.
That's right.
Even though in the moment, it can be a lot. You're just like, why am I the one? Have to go with. I mean, you're like, yeah, you're going through that whole why me thing. But
Yo,
at the same time, you have to think about the fact that you were given whatever obstacle so that you can help the next person.
absolutely, and it's a testament to be able to do that because on the same premise, God doesn't give you what you can't handle, and in order
Right.
for you to speak on your experience, you need to be able to go through that experience,
Right.
and
First.
I think I think that's a maybe an art that's kind of lost on a lot of people, especially when you
Mm,
get into a depression and anxiety or any kind of downfall. You think that you
right.
yourself are damaged and you can't handle it, and it
Mm,
surprises you, or it's beyond imagination that you can. And when you do, you speak out to it, and then people are like, "Oh, I was going through the same thing," or "Oh,
right.
I was
Yeah, they
feeling
do.
that too." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
people definitely do that after you end up speaking about it, which is one of the other reasons I do the show is because when you're talking about something, you're definitely not the only person going through it.
right,
And
right,
sometimes people need someone else to be the forerunner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they really want to be able to say something, but they don't know how. They feel alone, and it helps that they see that someone else that they personally know talk
Mm.
about it, because then
And
it's like, okay, I can share what's going on with me.
I think that's the big thing is that people are, after they go through it, they're just like, I don't really know how to express myself or anything like that. But everyone thinks that their situation
Hey,
is somehow,
Michael.
yeah, give those shout outs. Like, everyone thinks that there's a lot of things that are, oh, I'm going, and your situation is unique to everybody. But
Right,
when it
that's true.
comes to feeling depressed or maybe anxious about something or just overwhelmed, there's a lot of people going on with that kind of thing. And then once you say something or someone steps out and says something, everyone chimes in, oh, I'm going through
Right,
that
and
too, and
yeah,
oh, I'm
say
going,
that. And I'm like,
yeah.
damn well, yeah, Mahar was not dealing with
Yeah, come
this. You
on,
might have been
man.
dealing with something, but you wasn't dealing with this exact issue the same moment. But people want to feel inclusive, and they just want to feel like they're part of something. So I'm like, yeah, you have, you're a man, but you had endometriosis too. All right, we
Right.
gonna, we gotta roll with that.
I was gonna say I'm from Jersey City. I know what it's like up there in December. It's cold up there. People acting like it's all
Yeah,
right.
but it
Nah.
just started. It just started crazy. It just started to really get cold, and the weather. You know how the weather's just been
Uh,
funny the last 2 years anyway. But we actually
uh,
had a warm week where people were walking around, just in like t-shirts or long sleeve
uh,
t-shirts, and then it went to hoodies, and then all of a sudden today it dropped down to 33 degrees or something. That you
having
couldn't
that.
just walk out the house with a hoodie. You had to put on a little jacket or something. I had to go
Uh,
in my closet and look for one of my jackets to put on, because I was like, I didn't have up to today. I wasn't wearing any jackets. I was just wearing my hoodie,
yeah,
and I was like, this is some mess. Now it's starting to turn into real Jersey fall now. But
yeah.
we got fall with the warm weather. So
I put my winter jacket on today. It was like 50 degrees. I was
yeah,
getting
see
too
that
used
see
to it down
yeah, we not doing that in Jersey. 50 degrees. We're still outside, breaking
Oh
up
yeah,
leaves and just talking and stuff.
that's a
50
Halloween
degrees is,
party.
is, is nice for us. Yeah, Halloween party. And I don't even think about that, considering the fact that we really didn't get to have the uh the Halloween that we're used to
Oh,
having.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I used
It's
to go
just,
to Hoboken and all, dress up as Taxi Girl, all that stuff at Lana Lounge, and yeah, all of
that's so funny.
that.
I was looking at pictures through Hoboken on like St. Patrick's Day and just thinking
Yeah,
about all of the holidays that people really haven't been able to experience with their friends, their loved ones and
right.
stuff because of this
Yeah,
pandemic. And I'll tell you right now, I feel y'all, man. I want to get out there too. It
it's
is a
tough.
lot to be inside your house for
And see,
10
I
months.
work from home too, which is even worse. Not even
Likewise.
saying the holidays and stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
already home most of the time during the day. So like I'm happy just to walk out, to the store,
I'm running
you
to
know,
get out of my house. Yeah, I'm running for that walk in the
just to get
morning with my
fresh
dog.
air. Yeah. I was like, just never thought, and I'm someone who I don't mind being home, but it's way different when you don't have the option of going out
Right,
either.
right,
That's the
right.
difference. There's a difference between being like, oh, I have the choice of going to the club or going, to IHOP, whatever. But
Hmm.
now it's like you're stuck in the house,
You can't go.
eating your own IHOP. You know what I mean? Cooking your own IHOP and
Yep,
and, and creating your own club in your
yep,
living room.
yep,
You can't
yep.
really do the same things. And in
And you got
Jersey
to
now,
keep.
the shit stops at 10 o'clock, so 10 p.m. now.
Is so they still got that curfew down there over at 10?
No,
Is that
we no,
everything?
it was different. They just changed it back to a
Oh
to
man. Oh, so
to
it's
10
like
o'clock. It
another
was
like
a little later
lockdown.
before. Yeah, they
Okay.
started doing another lockdown. I just saw in New York. Now they just officially announced all the schools are going to be back virtual. Like
Mm,
the whole public school district. Like that was just announced today. So I'm
I
like,
could
if
have
they
told
did
you that
that,
was a bad idea.
Jersey is going to follow, pursue, and Philly, and
Uh-huh,
everybody else following
uh-huh,
down to where you are. So every
uh-huh.
shit's going back. Like you
Yep,
said, lockdown, and I'm like, this is
yep.
this is crazy as hell. This is wintertime, So everybody is already experiencing, cabin fever and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh man.
And it's crazy too with that daylight
Yes, like
savings and everything like that. That'll do it to you, man. Because sometimes if I don't wake
right,
up,
that's true.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you, if I don't wake up by like 9 o'clock, and I might mess around and wake up like around noon.
Hmm.
Nope, man, that's about 3 hours of sunlight, and that's it for the day. Then you're done. That sun is
You're
setting at
done.
three
That's it.
forty-five. That's it. You're
Yeah,
done.
that's been hard. That's been really hard for me too. The
Oh,
daylight savings, because I'm used to, even when I get out of work, whatever, it's still daylight.
right,
Back in the
right.
summer. And now when I get out of work, but even before I'm out, it's already
Yeah. Hey,
changed
Michael
up.
Predator, I see you out there. I see you
Yeah,
there. I'm sorry.
he's been.
I,
I don't know if you
I,
saw his comments and stuff. So he's been
yeah, 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 yeah.
showing some love and everything.
That's been one of my boys. I gotta give it to him. That's been one of my boys since I started Rutgers, man.
Really?
Michael Predator, that's been one of my boys, man. I hope you're doing well and blessed, my brother. That's he's good people, man. I know he's doing realty and stuff like that right
Oh,
now.
okay, yeah,
He's blowing himself up too. So I like to see that, man. God bless you out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I like to
Sorry,
like
I
like
gotta
that.
give that shout out to him.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's your boy. You definitely got to give the
Yeah,
props. That's important.
yeah.
That support, especially now you can't see each other like you want. What I'm saying? Like to hang out or to celebrate, go out for drinks, and
Hmm.
well, you could drink, drink it up on FaceTime, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm
it's just
drinking
not
my water
the
here
same.
right now.
I got,
So,
I
but
got, I got my little water. I'm supposed to be drinking my gallon water, but I was like, let me just sip on this
okay.
right here just to
Okay,
get a little
you
something.
fancy,
Yeah,
fancy.
I'm trying. I know I got a little. They say
I see
Poland
you off
Spring, but
camera
it ain't
filling
Poland
that
Spring
check.
water. But I'm just feeling, really good. Like I said, I know I just want to briefly, how we met. Like you said, you
Yeah.
were dealing with sickle cell. Um, of course, what hospital was it? This was in New Brunswick, right? I believe.
Yeah, it was Robert Wood Johnson
Yeah, Robert Wood
in New
Johnson.
Brunswick. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I was
Hmm.
visiting my cousin, Jerome. God, rest his soul. But I was just there, and then he started talking to me and my mom, and they were just saying, "There's a guy, next door, who does music and things." At the time, I was really heavily into, music, like I am
Hmm.
into media, but I was really into music at the time. And I said, okay, let me just, walk next door because I was just visiting him. And you know how you're like, let me just get out the room, whatever, for a little bit. And they were,
Yep.
telling me about you. So I was like, well, let me go next door because you were, doing music, young guy, whatever. So next thing I know, you and I are just, chatting it up.
Yeah.
While you're there, telling me, I think you were telling me about your surgery you had coming up, and we just started talking, and it just seems like from there we just clicked as friends. And that was like what, 8 years ago? Yeah, I think it was like
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was like, yeah, I was like, it's got to be almost coming on to a decade now.
Yeah,
It's
I was.
been a
And
minute, man.
it doesn't feel like that. And somehow
I
when we
mean,
were talking, it felt like I knew you before
we've
that for
seen each
some
other
reason. It
through
just felt like that.
shows and all that good. I mean, it's
Yes.
been a blessing. Absolutely.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, brother.
You know what I think it is, and
Thank you, Mike.
I tell people this all the time, man.
Oh,
There you go, Mike.
there you go. Rashon, you still there?
We like talking, and
Mhm.
one of the one of the biggest things that I try to tell is just
Mhm.
talk to everybody. Just make sure in order to make friends, be friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike is Mike is wild.
Oh,
But
you able to
it
see the
was something
comments
great
and stuff?
in a couple of ways.
Mm-hmm. Rashon, you're breaking up a little bit. Let's see if he comes
Oh, I'm
back.
still here.
Oh, okay, no,
Uh-oh.
your audio video was breaking up
Oh,
like choppy. I couldn't hear you.
okay. There we go. I apologize about that. Yeah, I was saying
Hmm.
that was kind of how I like to live my life, man. You know, talk to people, understand what they're going through, especially spending a lot of time in the hospital. But
Hmm.
I think that is one of the key things that's missing in life right now. So that everybody wants to belong to a group, everybody wants to be off in this isolated, and they forget
Right.
to stop. Yeah, I'm trying to read them and trying to not, but some of them make me laugh. What's up? Yeah. Hey, am I? Oh, am I going? Am I there now? Am I better?
Yeah, you're still in and out a little bit, and the video's kind of choppy too.
Am I there now? Oh, okay. Hey, Cam, are we all synced back up
Yeah, well,
here?
I can hear you a little better though.
Okay. Yeah. What I was trying to say was is that just taking a minute to stop and talk to people. I mean, you guys blessed me too. I mean, you guys you guys came into my room. I'm over here, you know, going through them. That's kind of
Hmm.
lost on people and making friends today. You know,
Mm.
they don't want to talk to somebody because they look different, or they don't want to talk to
Right.
somebody because they're afraid of if they don't have the same interests and stuff. And that's something people got to get away from. I'll say,
Right.
okay, I'm gonna have to change rooms, guys. Let's see this.
It's like I can see you, but it's not like even your video and audio.
Is this any better? Okay, I had to get out there, y'all. I apologize.
Hmm.
Where did I get caught up in? I didn't want to I don't know where I got.
No, I can still hear you. It's just not matching with the video.
Is there a way that I can just
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I have internet because I'm doing the Wi-Fi connection. It might not be strong enough.
Hmm.
But what I was saying was that day was a great day, a great friendship, and I think it's because it started because people put aside differences and they just went and talked to people and did the work
Hmm.
themselves. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Made sure
Yeah.
that that's a good person to talk to. You know, not that they don't look like me or they don't act like me, so I can't be
Hmm.
friends with them. There was a lot more work and trusting the process of friendship that happened,
Right.
and it turned out to be a great blessing. It turned out to be a great business venture. It turned out to be a great friendship. It turned out to
Hmm.
to I'm sure. I mean, I'll speak for both of us. How we deal with other people too, and just make sure that we reach out and are listening and concerned about other folks.
Yes.
And that's really the recipe. That's the sauce. You know, it's
Yes.
just be friendly to
Hey,
make
John.
friends.
Yes, that's pretty much what we're talking about. We were just sharing the story about, how we met, and Sax Man just got into further details. The importance of really not being afraid to introduce yourself to new people.
It's really a
You
great
just
thing.
never know what can come from that. So like over the years, we've definitely shared our life experiences that we've been that we've been dealing with. I came out to see you perform your group, right? Pigeon Droppings. We
Yeah,
came out to see you
yeah.
perform in Orange when you were still living up here in Jersey. So
Mhm.
that was really nice to see it. I had my friend Sammy with me. My friend Philippe was actually working there, and I actually
Okay.
interviewed him a few weeks ago on on the podcast because he's on this
Okay.
like tremendous weight loss journey. Just he's an actor, director. He's just doing a whole mix of different things, and I wanted him on, and I definitely wanted to have you come on and just share because I didn't even know that you were. I knew you're very motivational. I'm always watching your posts. You're always reaching out to me, sending out all your positive energy, all this love that you always give out. But I didn't know that you were a spiritual guide or coach.
Yeah,
So
you know,
I definitely believe it, but I didn't know that that's what that you really that was part of your essence.
yeah, music is that I mean, obviously it's what I sell a lot of
Mhm.
myself as, but
Right.
within and for me, in order to be a good musician or an artist or a teacher, you got to be a good learner, you have to be a good
Mm,
practitioner of your said art. And
right.
spirituality, like I said, I grew up in a religious home, but
Mm,
the more spiritual aspects of life that I found, like meditating and taking the time to think before you speak and really reaching out, those kind of things, I feel that that's what I can do more for people than just going to a show and playing music and play sax. Don't get me wrong, I'm blow it up,
yeah, you
but
sure?
but it's when you start talking to these people and you start making fans and stuff like that, and you
Mm,
yourself become a super fan of the people, that it makes it real easy to get into this, to, being aware of where your spirit's at, where your mind's at. Just reminding people like, hey, look, like I'm not going through your situation, but the stress that you're putting on, and then you're expressing. I'm gonna tell you, look, hey, look, we could meditate, we could take a couple time out to just think a little bit, to just relax, and these things work for everybody. And spiritual guide thing is just,
mm,
it just makes sense. If you want to be a good friend for me, it's just like, hey, look, I want to express some music to you, but also I want to make sure your spirit's in the right place to receive this music I'm about to give you, or something, if that makes sense.
yeah, that definitely does. The two definitely correlate together, and I know you definitely have a super great passion in music. And I from from the outside looking in, I know that the fact that you are a performer by heart has helped you in whatever it is that you're trying to heal from, or whatever it is that you're working on dealing with. I've definitely seen it from the from the outside, the benefits, which is why I'm always going to love music regardless
Mm,
of what's going on, business, whatever. It's one of those things where it's like music really does make a difference. No matter
it,
what mood you're in, what mood you're trying to get into, it's something
mhm.
that's there. That's always going to be there, no matter what what you're dealing with in life. Good or bad.
And I think you hit on it too. It's not something that you need to come to with like, oh, I just want to feel good, so let me listen to music. It's,
Right. Hmm.
music is that kind of art form that you can, hey, look,
Yeah,
I
it
feel
really is.
depressed. I need to hear somebody who feels depressed with me and sing to me that
Right.
it's going to be okay, or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
To tell you that. Right.
right, and I think that life is kind of the same way. It's just like, how do you be a good friend? You don't want to always tell your friend like, oh yeah, you're right, you're good. Like, nah, if they're messing
Mm.
up, they're wilding. You need to be like, hey, look, bro, like, oh, chill out. You're getting a little close to the edge, or that you want to hear something that's resonating with you, and then that's also giving you good advice too. And music
Right. You
is,
do.
it's a great anchor for everyone, because what I've realized definitely in life is that out of all the groups of people I've met in life,
Mm.
everyone is all about music. And the beautiful thing is that their music is all different tastes. Some people are in the
Yes.
mosh pits, some people are, in the fields with flutes and fairy wings, and it's all great. I love it all. Like, don't get me
Right.
wrong,
I
I
sure.
love it
Yeah, I do
all,
too.
man. Like, it's to see all of that expression,
Right.
and even acceptance from the people who are witnessing it. It kind of puts into perspective, if we could live life like that every day in every situation, we might not
Yes.
have some of these crazy social environments that we have. We might not have these political environments that we have, or it wouldn't be
Right.
as harsh as it is right now. You
Yeah.
know,
But
it's
that just blew us up too big. I mean, 'cause yeah, got our heads looking extra big. Let me go back.
yeah.
I know people want to see us, but I don't know if they want to see us that bad.
Right? I was looking at them, I was like, oh, I should have shaved today. They got me
Yeah,
all real close.
yeah, I know. I
Okay.
should have. Yeah, I forgot to shave too a little
They got me
bit.
real close. Oh, my dog ate my razor. That's the truth, y'all. I'm gonna
Oh
tell you
boy,
that.
now you
She
blame it on
ate
the
that up
dog.
yesterday. Hey, it was her birthday yesterday, but
Oh, okay, yeah, give her a special privilege.
I had another razor, but
Yeah, let's.
um,
You better.
um,
I've been messing, making your dog look crazy.
I love my dog. Yeah, you're right. I threw her under
Oh
the
yeah,
bus real
yeah. You
quick.
sure? You definitely did. And I got my cat Chloe in here somewhere. I think she hid it somewhere under here. I need to get her and put her on you.
I was gonna pick out my hair and then I didn't, and I was like, I'll just blame it on the dog. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. You tried it.
Yeah. But
Oh my
you know what?
goodness. Mhm.
Real quick too. I think
Mhm.
it's real important for especially because I love that you focus on wellness, right? Health and
Mhm.
wellness. Like I've listened to a lot of your broadcasts before and some of your guests and just the some there were some guests with the physical
Mhm.
wellness and some with the mental wellness. I do want to encourage people if there's anybody out there, no matter who you are, what you do, whatever, like if you feel you need to reach out to people because I mean people feel it
Yeah.
too. Like we're in a pandemic, so there's no shame, okay,
Nope.
reaching out to people. There's no shame for trying new things, for trying to spend
Right.
15 minutes a day meditating, maybe drink a cup of tea. There's nothing wrong with that
Yes.
because
Yes.
we're gonna be in it for the long haul. So find yourself a hobby that you might not have been interested in, but you think that might be really fulfilling and just
Mhm.
freeing. Take a walk for 15 minutes a day. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah, that
outside.
makes a big difference too.
You got to take if your wellness and your mind is not thinking and acting right, nothing that you produce from your body and the fruitfulness
Mhm.
of your essence is going to work. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're
Mhm.
realize you're blessed to be a blessing to others, and just take it one day at a time. That because I know a lot of people have been saying, I hate staying in my house. I hate doing these Zoom
Right.
meetings. I hate doing all this shit. Like,
Yeah, it's a lot after it's since March, right? So that's what November, eight
yeah,
months. It's been
uh-huh,
a while, so it's definitely getting to people, which is why we need people like you to come on and keep people motivated, feeling enthusiastic about life, and not staying and sticking in this depression that a lot of people are in. And not just emotionally, financially. There's so much going on. So it's like you have to kind of like keep your mind in a certain place, or you'll
right,
fall in this deep hole if you sit there
right.
and think about all the bad that's going on around you. And it's hard though, because it's like people are out here doing worse than you, but when you're in something, it feels like the worst
No,
for yourself. So
you're absolutely right. I don't even mean to cut you off. Like
no, it's okay.
that is the truth. Like I am not here trying to peddle any kind of life is roses kind of BS nonsense. Like that's not it. But just the way that people look at things, like
Right,
like
that's it.
personally, we've had conversations with other friends and whatever, and people are going through real things. People are still losing their homes. People are still going through
Right,
sicknesses and families and losing loved ones. Like that's not something you could just be like, oh, cheer up, and then
cheer
what
up.
I
Right.
mean, walk up.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to make it to sound like, oh, look, because I do music, like, hey, look, this is great, life is great, I have no worries. Like, no, that is not the case, and it's not the case for any successful person, whether you're
No,
getting
it's
paid or
not.
not. You know what I mean? You
Right.
still got to go through real shit. And I just want people to reach out to other people. If you got a good friend, if you got a like this. Hey, look, I ain't seen you in years. I know as soon as I see you, I could talk to
Right.
you. We could laugh. We could have a good. You know what I mean? That's the friend. And
Right.
and and in reality, I reach out to you every as much as I can. I can't say every day,
Hmm.
weeks, but like that's nothing to be ashamed of. There ain't nothing to be wrong from
Yeah,
because
you
people are
definitely need
having.
friends. Yeah.
They have a financial difficulty. They have a housing difficulty. I seen one of my neighbors get evicted the other day. I mean, they weren't paying their rent, but it
Hmm.
does happen to other people. I've seen a lot of being in the hospital and stuff like that. I've seen people lose loved people and stuff like that. Like, thank God I'm blessed, but it's not a story of just like, oh, everything's going to be great just because you think it's going to be great. You got to put the work into it, but
Right.
you also got to stay positive too. You know what I mean? You got to expect a couple storms.
Right. You do
Like,
have to expect that, and that's the thing. Preparing yourself before those storms.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I mean, certain things you can't always prepare 100%, but there are things you can do so that it alleviates some of that when you do get hit with a storm. But
mm-hmm.
I think you and I, amongst like a lot of other people, you done been through so many things that it's almost just like you almost feel like you can overcome almost anything. And
Oh,
that's almost how I feel now, because it's like I've been through even worse, and but the
mhm.
pandemic is something that none of us have obviously experience. But as far as dealing with financial setbacks or losing your job or health problems, there are certain things that I've overcome as you have too. So it's just almost like people look sometimes at people like us and they'll just be like, well, how are you guys so strong? How are you not breaking down and stuff like that? And it's just like I can't. I have my moments where, of course, I cry. It's not like you're sitting up there like a rock all the time. Sometimes
Mhm.
you have it's healthy to let loose of, all these feelings that you have. But I also learned not to just stay stuck in a certain place, because it's like, what is that going to do? I mean, if you have a problem, you just have to, work through it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find, a solution. And
That
then if it's out of your control, there's nothing that you can do. You can't sit there and just stay dwelling, on what the problem is, because that's not going to do anything for your health.
and that's the big thing is that people don't understand the processes. It's a
Right.
thought in action process. Thinking is the most important thing you can do for sure. But
Yes.
if you do not act on that, you
Hmm.
are shit out of luck. I don't know what to tell you. You could have some of the most great thoughts, some of the great well-intentioned plans, and if you
Hmm.
don't act on it, work out the failures, work out the kinks or anything like
Right.
that, or if you're just sitting
Hmm.
there thinking about it, then cool. Like, yeah, you're a philosopher. You can think about it. In theory, you could do it. But if you can't say, hey, look, I went through this, I did this, and I'm still positive because I know that it's not all going to go my way. But if
Right.
I keep trusting the process, I'm going to get through it and I'm going to
Yes.
grow. I'm going to learn. I'm going to be a bigger person. If you can't act on your thinking, then, like you said, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be thinking, oh, look, man, like those people, they're just so positive, blah, blah, blah. Like there's a lot of stuff in my life that has not been positive. But
Right.
I can't dwell on that. That's not where my law of
No, you
attraction
can't.
meter is.
Right.
Like I can't do that. That's
You
not
just,
where I'm about.
it's just one of those tumbling blocks you just have to just get over.
You really do. You really do.
Really
I mean,
do. Because there's
one
always
step
going
at
to be
a time.
something. You're always going to have something that's going to come your way to stop you, especially when you're moving progressively forward. There's always
Mm-hmm.
going to be something that comes out of.
Mm-hmm. Like how do you
This
explain
is
the
what are
comfort
what are we
zone?
talking about?
Oh, that's my older brother right there, Eddie Southgate. That's my older brother.
Hey, other brother.
That's my bruh. Yo, Eddie, we're giving people the backstory. We're talking about being positive. We're talking about music. Talking about
Hmm.
spiritualness. We're talking about wellness and
Yes.
making sure you do some stuff while this pandemic's going on. So just staying in your house, being depressed and stuff like that. That's my older brother there. Oh y'all, that's my big bruh. He's only a year older than me.
Well, he's
I'd
big
say I'm
brother.
tall. I'd say I'm taller than him, but I'm not. So,
Well, I just want to appreciate, all the brothers, big brother, little brothers.
oh, hey,
That's
hey,
they're coming on. I
hey.
appreciate Anybody who's watching, anyone else who's watching, just send a shout out, comment like these gentlemen here, so that we can give you guys a shout out. It's always good to
Mhm.
see your people, come on and support you.
Yeah.
On no matter what platform, or whatever you got going on, every bit of support, counts for sure.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you right now. Y'all better be following her from now on. Now, all right. When I tune in on Wednesdays, I better be seeing all these. I better be seeing these faces here, man. Because you're doing some really, really good stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, coming from a place where we were hurt by religious belief, what is going on? What's going on is I'll answer that. What's going on is religion's got. I really don't care about that religion. That's a topic for another day. I'll talk about
Yeah,
spirituality though. I'll talk about spirit because religion is. I think that's just a
right. There's a
game
right.
that's
There's a
made
big
up.
difference.
Because being spiritual, cleansing your mind every day, going through the process every day is very different than going through a process that's dictated to you by some. We're not even gonna get into it. But being spiritual is very different. I would
Very
focus
different.
on my spiritual life than deciding or figuring out where I am religiously. Do I want to be a Christian? Do I want to be a Methodist? Do I want to be Jewish? Do I want to
Right.
nah, nah. I really wanna just meditate for half an hour in the morning,
Yes.
smoke my herb, and go on through my day and
Exactly.
treat people the way I want to be treated. Like that's it for me. And that's the only advice I can give you because that process has worked for me. Not talking about smoking weed, but like just really
Well,
every
that too.
day
Yeah.
shedding off stuff. And marijuana honestly has got a lot for me
I
with
was
the
so
sickle cell
happy
person.
that
I
it's
mean,
legalized
look,
here.
I know they legalized it up there. They waited
Yes,
till I left. You know
they
I'm mad
sure
as hell
did.
about that. I need to get Phil Murphy down here, man.
Yeah, you do.
Because you know what, from a person and seriously, from a person who's been on a lot of narcotics, a
Right.
lot of stuff for my sickle cell, a lot of stuff that was not needed, a lot of processes I had to go through to break to get over those kind of drugs. I would
I know.
choose
I
something
can't
like
imagine.
marijuana or tea or something like that. Like that kind of stuff is that keeps you right where your mind needs to be on here and now, not
Right.
what am I going to do for my next fix? What am I going to do for this? What if I get in pain next time? Like, nah, that's not the peace process. That's not the
Right.
spirituality that I'm looking for.
Right. I totally agree with you.
It's crazy too, and being on the other side of it's been like over like a year since
Mm,
I'm not saying like I'm like avid drug user, but because of my
right.
sickle cell, I was prescribed a lot of medicine, and
Mm,
now being 8 months removed from taking that, even
mm,
when I get in pain now, I can maybe just, hey, let me take a hot shower, put a heating pad on, or maybe let me go take a walk, and my whole mindset is just different. And I'm telling thinking for a change and
mm.
thinking to change your life is a very valuable aspect, very
Yes.
valuable
Yes.
tool.
Yes.
It really is,
Yes. Thank you, Eddie.
my brother. There you go. I love you too, brother. That's my big bro. All day I give him big love. That's my big brother, big brother. That's a lot of people don't know too. That's and he's my cousin, but the family got me when I was 3.5 years old, and we had some crazy times,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-mm-mm.
it's been a good blessing.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely having, friends,
Where we at
especially now
here?
this year has definitely been a blessing. They're always a blessing, but this year, especially with losing so many people, everybody that you still have here, you're thankful to still have.
And yeah, and I obviously I haven't seen you face to face in
Hmm.
years, but I'm so sorry for just the amount of loss that you've had, and
Yeah.
even the last year, and honestly, just what you're doing. what you're spreading, the people you're connecting, you're proving to be a very strong queen, a very strong warrior, and going through what you're going through, and still finding in your heart to bless other people. That I think is one of the biggest badges that you can
Mm,
put on someone's character, because you really have been doing you've been doing this for a minute, and
yeah,
just I know you personally, like you are a really good person. You're really good
thank
about
you.
connecting people, putting information out there, and you're being recognized too, and it's a blessing to me too,
Thank you.
um
I
yeah,
appreciate
you really are. It's a blessing to me too. It makes me want to keep doing what I'm doing, because that's the beauty of it, right? Like when you start seeing that other people are going through the same kind of turmoil or a different kind of turmoil than you, but it's still turmoil,
that.
and you're positive, and that positivity um makes them want to be more positive, and it makes other people
Right. It's
that's
influence.
a whole
Yeah.
thing. That's just what it's about, you know. And I want to
Yeah.
take that time out, just be like, you're blessing me.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, you're blessing me.
That's what you have to do in life. You're supposed to, be a blessing on the others, be service to others, be
Agreed.
a positive influence. Sometimes even when you're dealing with something that's not so positive.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's actually
Yeah.
those experiences that may actually impact someone the most. So I
Yeah.
tell people, I know you may not want people to be all into your private, business or journeys, but sometimes some of that you need to share.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I mean, you're going through that for a particular reason. You're going through hardships or struggles. I don't care if it's weight loss or you just got furloughed from your job. There's certain things that people need to see because they're going through it too, or they may be about to go through that
Right.
while
Right.
you're going through it or you're overcoming it. So
Right.
people need to see, well, this person I know, they were able to overcome that. Maybe I can too. So I think that's really important to sometimes show the not so pretty parts of your life, because sometimes people look at your social media and they think everything is all swell, which it could be for the most part, but sometimes there's other things going on too, and
Mhm.
you just happen to be someone who's able to show that strength, despite what's going on, in your life. So people need to see that it's, things are not always perfect, and it's okay. You're going to survive it.
Absolutely. I'll tell you this. I tell.
You need to show different sides of your life.
Mhm. I tell people, hey, don't fake it till you make it. Just be careful with the
Right.
information you give out. Okay. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, Emily.
don't 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 tell people everything's all right when it's not all right.
But it's not right.
If someone's taking the time to ask you, "Hey, is everything all right?" I'll be the
Right.
first one to be like, "Nope,
Nope.
nah." Like, you want to listen to it, like, because everyone's real quick on being, "Oh, everything's okay. I'm good. I'm blah
Right.
blah," and then the next sentence behind closed doors is, nobody cares about what I'm going through. It's like, well, look, you got to open
Right.
your. It's the same thing with sharing your blessings. Is that if you want to grow with
Right.
people, you
Hmm.
need to share your failures too.
And
Okay.
failures
You,
too. And that's a big
you,
part of your success.
you need. People don't
That's the
want to exploit
failures. Yeah.
themselves to other people. And I'm
That's what it
telling you
is.
this:
Yeah.
if you got a good group of people, that should be the people that you want to exploit yourself to the most, because they'll tell you, hey, look, do this, do this, do this, do this. So in the eyes of other people, you look better and stuff like that. But you need that counsel, because if
Yeah.
you're the
Yeah,
only
you
one,
do.
you're going to be inside your mind all day, every day. You're
Right. You
never going
need
to act
somebody
on
that's
it.
gonna come out, that's gonna motivate you, but also just tell you the real
Right.
that you're not doing right, that you got to do better, because
Hey,
they know that you can do better.
hey. And that's the older you get, that kind of person that can tell you what to do better, that list gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So if someone's
Yeah.
taking the time to tell you, hey, look, maybe you should think about what you're doing, maybe you should rethink about how you're acting or how you react to
Right.
things, you better
Hmm.
take that into look at, especially when it comes down to times like this when people are isolated. If someone
Right
can
now.
see that in your isolated time, you might want to take a time to be like, hey, maybe I need to read up on this or look at how I'm doing this, observe this. It's
Yeah, it's definitely a time to self reflect.
mm-hmm,
And like, and you're talking about people to look up to. It's important to have mentors, in your life, especially, as far as in business, but just in your personal life. It doesn't have to be entrepreneur, but just someone
mm-hmm.
that who's already, been there and done that,
Yes, ma'am.
and
Mm,
who's gonna guide you and really have your best interests at heart, because they don't want you to go through what they went through. So it's like, let me share all the mistakes that I made and my successes, so that you can learn from this.
mm-hmm,
Make your journey a little bit better.
mm-hmm.
You
That's I mean that's exactly it. That's the mentor you were talking about. That's exactly what it is. A good friend that's gonna keep it 100. In public
Yeah,
and in private. That's
and you don't need a whole lot.
no. You don't
Friends
need
like that. You just need a few people.
you don't need books. You don't need anything
Yeah,
like that. When people are when you're being real with someone else. When someone else is acting like that to you, you
right,
know when to take that information in or when to just let it slide. And when that's
right.
coming into
That's true. You
you,
do. You do. You
you
do know. You do know who to listen to, and all right. I'm listening. I don't know if
okay,
I'm do all
okay.
that, but I'm definitely hearing you, listening. To you, giving them, give them a chance. Because sometimes people really do have some good knowledge, to
They do. They
give
do. And I
down.
mean, you got the best knowledge of yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know
That's
what
true.
you need. You know what you
You
want.
really
You know
do.
the desires of your heart. So the people who are playing to that and who are talking to that and then actually being sincere and acting on it, I would take that advice over
Hmm.
people who are just like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. Every day's a perfect day. Every day's a blessed day for me, but every day is not a good day. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, it sure ain't. Yeah.
You know
That's the whole point of, what we're saying, being real and authentic with yourself first,
hmm
and
hmm
and then with others. I wanted to ask you, how's your daughter doing? She's good.
Oh man, she's doing so
Yeah.
good, little Austin. Oh
Yeah.
man, God, she about to be 16
Oh
in a
my
month,
gosh.
man.
Mm,
Oh my god. Think about hey, look, I can't say this like 100%, but I can just
mm.
imagine what 16-year-old girls are like when they turn 16. I'm
Yeah. Just
I'm
imagine.
I'm freshly in this. I love you know what? She really has on a very serious note in the last like 4 years I've been down here, she has just blessed my life and just
Mm,
made a lot of a, a lot of points just be more potent and important than others, about family, about life, about how you deal with people, being accepting of ideas that you might not have accepted and things like that. I mean, as a little package as she has been
mm.
one of the best blessings in my life. And I'm not
Yes.
telling everybody to go out there and get you a kid because I know some of y'all can't be handling all that, but I'm
Mm-mm.
but she has you know what? Just being down in North Carolina, this whole different environment
Mm,
has really I don't want to say the environment is what has shifted my focus back to what it was, but I will say being able to get out of a certain cycle has
mm.
definitely propelled me back into, the person you met when we met 8 years
Right.
ago and just the the uh the tenaciousness of how I attack music and the live music and attacking rooms when I step in. It's just been it's been an absolute blessing, and it would never have happened if I didn't trust in the process of some things are going to get worse before they get better.
Right.
Some people might accept you, some people won't, and all. I mean, a lot of that um, has all been able to play out, and it's turned out to be such a blessing. Um, you already know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I already
it,
know.
but you already know, man.
Yeah.
This is so good, man. I love it down here. It's still
Mm.
55 degrees. I know it's like 30 something
Up
up
there
there,
teasing us. Yeah, it's cold up here now. Thursday.
but
That's why I
how's
said I'm glad I got my heat and stuff, because I would have been in here. What's his name? My boyfriend Chris. He was like, you would have been shivering during your
mhm.
Like he was like, at least you don't be shivering. I was like, man, please. But it's true though. I would have been up here like I'm doing the whole Harlem Shake or something. So
I love
thankfully,
it.
that my heat came on because
And
my electric bill already was going up because I'm working from home, and then I have a heater on. All that
mhm.
adding my bill up more.
Girl, Jersey ain't the place. I tell you every day off air, we need you need to get out of Jersey, man. It is too expensive up there.
Yeah,
You know what? Listen, I'll tell you this. One of the best things I love about North Carolina is everybody's doing the same thing down here that we were doing up in Jersey. People going out to live music and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
And it's just, I think it's the space. The space
Mm,
opens up so much. People are like, oh, there's a little more space. Your money goes a little further. Like, this is great, but I'm gonna blame it on the weather. I mean, when it's not only two seasons like it is up north, it makes a difference because
right.
last winter it didn't even snow.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, another day. It didn't even snow.
You just want to sit up there and like I said, continue going teasing us all night.
I like to antagonize. I
I
ain't gonna
know.
stop that.
I look at. I mean, I work from home, but I still don't really look forward to snow too much. And it's
I
crazy because I'm a winter baby, but I don't really care for it. For snow
It ain't
at all.
crazy. That makes sense, man. Unless you
When
hit.
you're young, it's fun, but when you're a grown person, it's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when you don't get those snow days off of work.
Yeah, so they
At
they, they
all.
don't want to give us any type of days off. We're talking about
Exactly.
some snow days. Yeah.
That's not rewarded.
Yeah, no, the next day I have off, of course, is it's Thanksgiving. I have Thursday and Friday off, but
Okay.
and
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
off
say they
again
only give you
until
1 day off.
Christmas. So
You got to work on Christmas?
no, I don't. I'm off on Christmas
Oh,
Day.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I'm sorry, I misheard. I was gonna say,
yeah,
that's some huh,
yeah. I'm not doing that and stuff.
Ebenezer Scrooge type stuff, man. What the heck going on?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So do
Oh,
you have a before we sign off, do you have an
mhm.
on the Q tip that you would like to share, or favorite on the Q book, anything that you would like to share or quote?
Yeah, two things. I would like everybody to check out, and if you have a prop, go on Scribd, SCRIBD.com. Send me your email or screen name. I could get you 30 days for free. It's a digital library.
Mm,
Um, and I can get you some good books on meditation, on some things to do by yourself, or some things to rediscover while you're trying to deal with this pandemic. The second thing is just be encouraged, people, regardless of the pandemic or anything like that. If you reach out to some real people and you take the time to build a process to build real friends, you will really be rewarded. Okay. And one book I want to throw out there for everybody is written by John Maxwell, and it's called Thinking for a Change, and
mm.
it'll blow your mind. So please, John Maxwell, Thinking for a Change, check it out. Like 12 chapters, maybe 200 pages. You'll be done with it in like 3 days. Great book to get your mindset working and then the action following.
Definitely leave that information below too,
Yes, yeah. Definitely put that.
because I want to look into that too. I'm always trying to find different books
Oh,
to read and just keep my mind enlightened, pretty
so
much.
look, and like I'll do for everyone else, but for Q, definitely I'm gonna send you a link to my script because I've been a member for like the last year and a half now. So I have a lot of months to give away for free, and if you join, we both get free months. So I'll send you some of my library
Yeah,
too that
definitely.
I have there, and you could just browse through that, and I'll tell you some of the books that are really great, and I'll keep anyone who wants to know. You can share with them, and I'll gladly share as well.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. So, do you have anything else? I know everything's like virtual, but do you have anything else coming up as far as your coaching or performing?
So I'm in the process right now of working with a communications professor down here who we want to start a kind of podcast too. We're not kind of sure where we want to go business wise,
Mhm.
music wise. It's only regionally. I'm down here a lot in Cary, North Carolina. For anybody who's watching down here, we do Tuesday nights at Max. We do Wednesday and Thursday nights all over the county. Hopefully once all of this really starts to
Yes.
come down, I'm gonna be back up in New Jersey playing with a couple of friends that I played with. Some of those cats in the pigeon droppings that you saw.
Hmm.
Um, we're gonna be making an EP up there, hopefully, by February of 2021. Once that stuff goes down, I'll give you my Facebook or my SoundCloud handle and
Hmm.
YouTube handles, and there'll be some new music up there. But right now, it's just working on doing things like this, just spreading a lot of positivity to
Right.
people
Yes.
and just
They definitely
encouraging
need
them.
it.
Yeah, everybody needs it. I mean, and it does something for me too. Like I said, you're blessed to be a blessing. So, the only
Yes.
reason why I can share this with such confidence is because I know these processes work. I know that
Yes, they do.
15 minutes of meditation a day will change someone's life if that's what
Yeah.
they lay off with. Um, and that's really all I got is just be encouraged and just reach out.
Right.
If it's not me, it's not her, it's not, somebody that most people would expect, reach out to whoever you're comfortable with. Be be part of a community. Start making your own community. Start reaching out to people and friends and networks because people need people to succeed. That's one of the biggest
Yes.
things. That is it, man.
They
People
need,
need
yeah, they need people.
people.
They need people in their that's in their personal circle.
That's right. That's right. So that's all I got. I am so
That was
blessed that you had
that
me
was
on
good.
tonight.
I definitely appreciate you coming on. I feel like we're definitely going to have, another show together.
Sure, sure.
Talk about,
Absolutely.
further things, and
Yes,
because I always love, your energy and having you on, and just speaking with you. I guess, like you said earlier, it's been a few years since we've seen each other in person, but we still managed to, stay in contact. And I'm really glad that we're still Facebook friends. That we do have this Facebook to be able to see that,
absolutely.
to be able to,
Absolutely.
just like I said, one comment or post here, all that means something. You can say
Absolutely.
one thing and you think that you're just saying hello to somebody, but that can make a big difference to someone. That can start off the rest of their day in a positive way. So
I'll tell you this. I've in New Jersey, North Carolina, New York, no matter where I live, I have had many of days where I've been in parking lots of Target or Walmart and I just
hmm
say hello to the person walking by to me and
right.
they stop and they're like,
Mm,
"Oh my God, you're the first person to say hello to me today."
wow.
And it's
Yeah.
always
That's
ingrained in my
something.
head to just talk to
Mm.
people, just be friendly in
Be
order to make
friendly. That's
friends,
it. Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So, but thank you. You're a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Thank you,
me.
brother. So I got your
Absolutely.
Instagram on here as well, and
Okay.
whatever social media handles that you have now. I know you're still growing, in business and things, but people
Hmm.
can still, reach out to you.
Yes, yes, please. Yeah, if anyone wants to, and I'll send you any more information that you might want. If anyone asks you for
Hmm.
anything or anything like that, anybody wants to learn about meditation, wants to learn about
Yeah.
how to just really groove and just take a little de-stress in life, please hit me up. I'll give you that
Right.
information for free. This is not something where I'm like, hey,
Yes.
thirty
Yes.
nine ninety
Yes.
five.
Give it
I
out.
I
Right.
I
Yeah.
want to just spread that out there. So if you're not sure about meditation, you're not sure
Yes.
about doing a different activity, hit me up. You hit Q up. She'll
Yes.
point you
Thank
to
you.
me.
Yeah. Always.
Just let's do it. Let's be a team. you
Yeah.
know.
We definitely all have to work together, as a team, especially,
Uh-huh,
now.
uh-huh,
We need all the
uh-huh.
teammates we can get, all the people in
Yeah.
our lives to support us, get us through this, because
Preach,
it's not going anywhere. So,
preach.
but thank you again, Sax
Thank
Man. I just want
you.
to leave everyone with reminding them to keep sweating yourself to a healthier self. I'm really big into working out, and like you said, 15 minutes, like you even said, meditation. you don't have to do a whole lot, even if you do 30 minutes, walking, each day, even around your, your block. I know it's getting cold now, but there are still things you can, you can do at home to just to keep yourself, your body, your blood, your heart, all those things going. Like you said, drinking your water, just watching, your diet, what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, what you're feeding your mind, spiritually, is just as important, if not more important, than what you're eating. So just be, mindful of, your surroundings, the people that you have, in your life, and as you mentioned earlier, your thoughts. It's really important.
That's well said.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Well, I don't know. I just was talking out my head.
Nah, that's well said though. That's
Yeah.
that's that's truth.
And
That's
I
truth.
just want to remind people, I always have, my hoodies and, all this stuff. This is part of my true for real, my on the cube productions
What? We got
hoodie.
sweatshirts? Oh,
So,
we
I'm
can talk
selling
about
these,
this.
and
Okay.
I have a 10% holiday discount as well on my teespring.com/ on the Q Productions.
I'm gonna
So I'm
grab one of
selling
those.
these.
I
So
didn't
more
even know you
people
had sweatshirts.
are buying my hoodies. I have t-shirts and mugs, but the hoodies and the mugs are like the two biggest sellers. And Chris as well. He has a Teespring account as well for his Things You Don't See podcast. So he's on there too. So we're working kind of like,
Nice,
as a
nice.
podcast couple, and trying to,
Yup.
support each other, and that's important, for me to help him and vice versa. So
Teamwork makes the dream work,
yeah,
girl. Come
yeah.
on, girl. You know what it
Yeah,
is.
so you know what I'm saying. If I can help, help him, I'm going to. Like, there's no reason, like you were saying
Absolutely.
with yourself, there's no reason to hold things back if it to help the next person, especially if
That's
you're a
right.
team. Like that
That's right.
don't make no sense to hold things in like that.
Hurting
So
yourself. That's right.
yeah, you hurt yourself. But
That's right.
again, my friend, I definitely appreciate you coming on. So I'm gonna sign off for tonight. I know you gotta finish cooking. I gotta finish, cooking, do something in the house. I don't know, relax a little. I don't know. Who knows, child? I got Chloe is walking around here like she ready for me to feed her. She's probably like, girl, it's time to go. So
It's that time. She said
it's
you
that
had your
time.
5 minutes over. You
Yeah, that's it. It's like it's my
hey,
time. You know how they get jealous too. So
yeah. But thank you for having me on. I mean, we're gonna work together in the future, and to everyone out there, please support this queen. She is doing big
thank
things.
you.
She's putting good information out there. Please keep supporting this. This is awesome stuff. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome, my friend.
All right, you have a blessed night.
All right, everybody out there, you have a blessed Wellness Wednesday.